one of the things that happened during the pandemic that was really kind of disturbing to me was that appeals to authority, which is a logical fallacy, displaced actual evidence-based arguments, so that you could say, you're wrong about this issue because CDC says, you're wrong. CDC says something different. WHO says something different, and we have to trust the experts. But trusting the experts is not a function of science, and it's not a function of democracy. It's a function of religion and totalitarian regimes.
Yeah.
Science is dynamic. It changes constantly. I've brought over 500 lawsuits, and every lawsuit that I bring, almost all of them involve scientific controversy, and there's always experts on both sides. So when we sued Monsanto, there were experts. Monsanto brought in experts from Stanford, from Yale, and Harvard, and we had experts from Stanford, Yale, and Harvard, and they were looking at the same evidence and saying completely different things. And so trusting the experts is not something that, we do and is not something that's done in science. If we trusted the experts, we'd still believe that, the sun revolved around the earth.
Right.
It was one dissident, Galileo and also Copernicus, who said, no, the sun is stationary and we're revolving around it. And that was heresy, and all the experts at that time disagreed with him. And, the experts disagreed about many things in the modern era, about smoking cigarettes. Doctors recommended it for many years. X-rays, X-raying pregnant women, right, which was, causing all these cancers, and every doctor was supporting it. Thalidomide, Vioxx, opioids. The entire regulatory superstructure was saying opioids are not, oxycodone is not addictive.
Yeah.
All the doctors, people say, oh, I have to trust my doctor. All the doctors were saying that.
I have friends of mine, and most people around my age, I'm 40, a lot of people around my age know this. I have friends of mine who became drug addicts because in the 90s, they were just prescribing opioids like crazy. It was just like whatever. Some kid, broke his leg or something like that. They just give him tons of opioids. And I know one kid who's dead now and went into heroin after that. It's horrible.
Many. I mean, I have known many people who died too, including family members. But 100,000 kids die a year now from that mistake, that FDA made by collaborating secretly with the opioid industry, with the Sacklers, making secret deals, overruling people within the agency who are saying, wait a minute, this is not right. And then going ahead and putting that recommendation on the, on the bottles, and on their manufacturer's inserts, where they could say it's not addictive. And the doctors were reading that, saying, oh, FDA says it's not addictive. The same thing they did with the vaccines. And so you can't really trust the experts, especially when it's the regulatory agencies that are, who are a captive agency. They're basically a wholly owned subsidiary of the pharmaceutical industry.
Yeah, and somehow it's like a 1-2 punch, because all the people who are saying trust the experts, or the regimes that insist you trust the experts, also come down the hardest on any expert who deviates from what the experts are supposed to be saying. Right. So it's like trust the experts, but this one must be ruined. Like he can't, not that expert.